now, talking terminology, this is the part of the show where if you hear a phrase or a term or something that you hear in the barn, we kind of define those so everyone's a little bit more familiar, a little bit more knowledgeable as far as words and terms that are being discussed around horses or describing your horses. Now, on this week's show, we've been talking about the case study and the Nutramax laboratories, but we kind of threw around a couple phrases and stuff, and this one that we've been talking about on this show is the equine trapezial muscle is the cause and effect of what happened to little Marty. So when we refer to the equine trapezial muscle, what are we referring to on a horse?
Well, there are two parts to the trapezius muscle. There's the part that goes back up the neck. It's kind of a triangle in front of the scapula, and there's a triangle kind of from the back of the scapula, ties in to the neck and the withers and down the back and rib cage. But when you're fitting saddles and you have that hollow in behind the withers, that's where your trapezius muscle has kind of atrophied. And in this case, you did have some atrophy on Marty. And, with the short stride, the muscle that, on the back part rotates the top of the scapula back. The rotational point of the shoulder is actually below the shoulder joint. So when that rotates back, it shifts the forearm and elbow forward. And if that's not working, an atrophy does not pull it as far forward. If you go to the trapezius, the part that goes onto the neck, if that is knotted up in front of the scapula, well, it's tight and it won't release. So, you get these horses that are choppy strided, short strided on their front end. He's kind of locked onto his front end because the shoulder's not moving, which can have a direct effect on compressing those feet down and forward.
So on my handy dandy cheat sheet here that I have, it says the equine trapezial muscles is the large triangular muscle, which is the essential for shoulder mobility. The cervical part of the trapezial muscle is located on the neck. The acts to elevate and swing the scapula forward. Thoracic part of the trapezial muscle is located over the withers and acts as to elevate and swing the scapula backwards.
So the scapula swings backwards, you get better extension of the leg. When it swings forward, it's rotate. But there's supposed to be a rotation. And when it's locked up, it's not rotating, and it definitely affects the way the horse moves and affects impact.